I'm wrong.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong.
I am wrong.
There's just...
Good morning.
Take some deep breaths, bro. I gotta teach you how to do breath.
Yeah, I'll sit.
All right, guys, I want to introduce you to one of our friends and past clients at High Skate Coaching that just so happened to be in Dubai while we're here. So we're like, yo, we gotta all meet up. This is Stephanie Theodore.
Right, my name.
Steph, why don't you tell them what you do?
Amazon FBA is how Armin and I met because I joined his program and he's now a very good friend of mine.
Very good, yes. One of the many businesses we had the privilege of working with to scale, and now she's just crushing it, traveling all over the world.
Literally.
Being Beyonce. Having closers close for her, got her sales process down. Crazy shit, man. Really proud of you, actually. What you built is pretty cool. I explained to her the whole homeless millionaire situation, and she was like,
Are you charging?
gotta learn to detach.
Just
Just started talking about like detaching from the outcomes. So I'm like, I am really attached. That's probably why I'm suffering, because I'm thinking about the past and what I used to have, what I want to happen. I'm like, why don't I just be here? And then I remember this quote that a friend told me, and then I shared with this in the vlog if we got into the last episode. It's like, power comes from peace and peace comes from presence. So, yeah. Grabbing breakfast now by Dubai Marina.
so arid.
It's not that aggression in leadership is the problem. It's not intensity is the problem. It's the intention behind it. If someone is fear-based, fear-driven, see, it's not that the leader is yelling on the team meeting. Anyone who gives a shit about their goal and has standards are going to yell at some points because it's very natural to be frustrated with results. But see, it's not that you're yelling on a team meeting with your team. It's that if at the end of it you go, you're all fired if you don't make it work, because that's fear-driven.
Right.
Or the other one is that you guys can do better than this. That's inspiration-driven.
Right.
I think the only way that the standards are established and people take them seriously is when it's delivered with intensity.
Like you're
Like it won't be taken
Your
seriously
conviction.
unless I look angry. I mean, interesting. Why do I believe this? I still want aggressive standards, but that means I'm just gonna become cold. Like, I could just imagine myself like, hey man, you gotta hit this KPI. And then I said like, hey man, you're fired. But like, I'm really nice about it. I'm like, hey, sorry, but we're gonna hit the KPI.
exactly.
That might be what you're talking about.
I mean, I feel like Gary Vee kind of takes
I need this done. And it's not done, but like, no problem, guys. Thank you.
I mean, I'm a bit of a people pleaser as well, so I generally take a lot of pride in how I come across to people. I'm very hospitable. I like
I don't care what
everyone
they
to.
think. See the opposite.
I don't
of
care what people think of me.
No, what?
Especially when you haven't.
Is that? No, at least admit it. I'm accepting things. You gotta accept things. Wanting to please a person, make sure they're happy. And did I make you uncomfortable? That's caring what they think. Period. You're just duplicating what you see in your family. It's like a home for you.
Yeah.
I guess my home is for me. It's my mom. My mom was always very intense. Standards always.
Well, my dad was. I take after my dad, who's very laid back, and my dad is extremely successful.
This is
man.
a different conversation between us. It's a conversation between all of our parents that are not here because they just raised us, and this is what we believe. Like my mom.
No, my dad
mom's
was
the type of
very
person-
generous.
Like look at you say your parents coming home like you have the best family. My family's amazing too. Everyone has the best family because of who they become. My mom is the type of person. I'll clean the whole house. She'll come home. And she won't tell anything about the house cleaning. She's like, you missed the dishes.
That's exactly why you're like that.
Yeah, because I only see what's missing.
Trust me.
I guess the question I'm sequencing them on is there a world where success can be absent of aggression?
Yes.
And if
100,000%.
I'd rather choose that world.
I want to say it's a push and pull. I think it's a push and pull.
The sales world where there is no aggression, everything's peaceful.
Okay,
I'd
it
rather
goes-
let the leader-
I don't think that.
I don't know yet. I don't believe that either. I don't know yet.
I agree with.
How you feeling, Armin?
I'm just chilling.
I know what I gotta do.
All right, so we are on our way to the bank to finally set up our new company in Dubai. And if it wasn't clear already, the reason why we came to Dubai first on this homeless journey of mine is because we can actually make very productive use of our time here. What was it, a year ago or 2 years ago, didn't you build that past year?
1 year.
So 1 year ago, Dubai passed the bill where you can pretty much incorporate here, have full ownership of a business here without needing a Dubai resident or citizen to own 51% of a company. If you know the laws before, it was like that. And so now you don't actually need to have that. You can actually come here not as a Dubai citizen and start a company, own full ownership, and operate it here. And if you don't know, Dubai has 0% corporate income tax, which means you can make $1 million and you owe nothing to the government. So we're like, hey, we're gonna start our new company in Dubai, because every $1 million you make, you pretty much save 200 to 300 grand, which is a lot of money when you want to scale to 10 million. So for me, I'm scaling to 10 plus million. So that means I'd be saving $2 to $3 million around average just by having my company here instead of any other country. And we're still gonna have our company in Canada. We're just gonna operate a new one here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really cool use of time, while also coming here to see if I could live here. And clearly we found out that I can't. I love the place though, I just can't live 9-hour difference, 8-hour difference from Eastern time. And truth be told, guys, I'm in love with Latin culture. That's why I love Miami so much. Well, Mexico was so cool that I wanted to consider being there. I'm like Middle Eastern, but like I like the salsa. I grew up watching Zorro. I don't know, don't ask me, I don't know why, but Latin culture is more like my spirit than Arabic culture or Persian culture or anything like that. So Dubai wouldn't be where I feel like home. So thanks to this beautiful gentleman right here, we are going to be saving millions and millions of dollars in the years to come.
I have to put a disclaimer that please take advice of your legal team.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because based on where you're a citizen and where you live, it all is very different. You might still pay tax, being American or European, maybe, but it'll always be less if your company's operating here. So for us, there is, I think, no tax, because all my business will be happening in Dubai. And it's just honestly because Dubai had a better offer. I mean, Dubai's like, hey, we'll treat your money and your companies better. Come here. That's why all the billionaires and millionaires are coming here. That and like Puerto Rico as well has something similar. I think it's like 5% tax, something very small. But Dubai's like 0, which is pretty cool. There's limitations to it in other ways, which we'll find out. But it has to be worth it to save 20 to 30% off every dollar you make, you know? Like in Canada, our average tax rate is like 30%. Australia is like 40%. America is around 30, 40% too. So like, that's a lot of money, guys. So if you have big goals with your business, long-term wise, you probably want to incorporate in Dubai. All right, let's go. One hour later, was that 1 hour meeting?
Yeah.
About a 1 hour meeting. We are done talking. We didn't go to the bank. We went to financial service company to help us with the bank, and banking meetings tomorrow. But yeah, learned a lot. We learned a lot. Definitely some things to learn. Biggest change that I think is going to make a huge difference for us scaling high ticket coaching is they don't give out credit cards here because everyone's so fucking rich. And nobody needs credit. They just spend cash. They do most of their business in cash. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Can't wait to be at that level. And so they don't do credit cards lightly. They do line of credits, but again, nobody really needs it. So we have a $50,000 credit card with my current bank in Canada, based on all the volume we've done. But here, we're not gonna be able to have a credit card or a line of credit anytime soon. Which means what? This is a very good thing. See the benefit from this is this. Now, we'll never be in a position where we spend more than we have in order to make more back. So, and second, we'll learn how to run our business purely based on cash. So cash on hand will be the only thing that we have for expenses, which means we're gonna become masters at budgeting everything. Because literally, the total amount of money we have on hand is what we can put towards things. Which is actually good because it builds the habit, for me especially as a CEO, of making decisions based off financial data and budgets and actual money. Instead of saying, hey, let's drop 30 grand on something that we may not have the actual profits to throw at to reinvest in our business. Now we're gonna look at how much do we have in profits that we can reinvest, and what are we willing to take out of that bucket. So yeah, it just pretty much eliminates the choice and the option of being stupid and spending money that you don't have on something, which is really exciting. I'm excited to level up that level of self-discipline with my money. So, you excited, bro?
Very excited.
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
My value one is faith. I think I finally decided to detach from whatever will happen, to trust that it's all happening good, and to decide to take back my power by regaining my peace by being present. So mine is faith, the ultimate test. Recently having a mini breakdown, not being able to sleep, it was just being able to sit with myself and talk to the right people. It helped me realize that everything is really good. And if not now, to practice everything that I teach and believe, then what? I have to be my own mentor for a second and go, hey, what's the point of muscle if you don't use it when things are heavy? You build it for that reason. So I'm faith, and I'm clear, I'm good, and it doesn't mean it's not scary. It doesn't mean it isn't hard. It just means I'm deciding to do something different with it now. I'm really proud of each and every one of you, and I really want to make time to be able to connect with each of you again, and make sure you know I'm here. So if you need things from me, you talk to me. So, man, I could get emotional, but I'm really. What do you mean do it? What do you mean, cry on demand?
Yeah.
It's as simple as, I couldn't do this without you. I'm very lucky to have you, and you guys are lucky to have each other. And it gets harder every single time, especially when the team grows, to keep reminding myself to see what I have and not what I don't. And if I by accidentally rub this off on any of you, please save yourself the stress. Don't think this way. It's not right. Just because Armin does it doesn't mean it's the right way. There's a lot of things I do wrong. And if there's anything in times like this that's profitable, is humbling, being humble to realize how much I still need to learn. So I decided to surrender. Over the weekend, I surrendered, and excited to see where the GPS says, hey, go this way now. And you guys are all on with the ride. So everything's going to work out well. The challenge is going to be a lot of fun. This month is going to be great. Not because we're going to just achieve goals or hit targets. These are all just the language of business. But mostly because, and I want each and every one of you to focus on just having a good time and doing something better, improving, feeling good about that. There's really nothing wrong other than what we believe is. And I got a little out of hand with how much can be wrong, what I thought was wrong. So I've just stopped using the energy for that. So mine's faith. Ultimate test is that I trust that everything's happening the exact way it should be. I'm excited to just focus on helping you guys out and have a lot of fun this month. And everything will work out exactly the way it should. Guys, simply put, by the end of this month, I don't care how much we make. I care that all of us are the happiest we've ever been this whole year. Now I'll know we're getting somewhere. Are you with me?
Right on.
Call this if it doesn't feel good at the end, isn't it? Or throughout the process. What are we doing this for? We don't need to stress along the way, though. I don't think that's the way. And if I ever made that inclination that it might be the only way, I'm sorry. I'm learning myself. I expect to learn from each and every one of you something myself too. This is not a one-way conversation or a one-way relationship. Like a boomerang, I send it to you, you grab it, you send it back to me. So everyone, take a deep breath real quick. Do something that I've been meaning to do. So I want you to do it. Take a deep breath, close your eyes. Don't just breathe logically like I asked. I want you to breathe with the intention to actually relax by the end of the exhale. So breathe in however you have to, in your stomach, in your chest, whatever you have to do. Breathe it all in. Hold your breath for a moment. Feel all that tension, all the tension of the breath. And actually, here's a very simple thing to do. As you're holding your breath, I want you to actually squeeze as much as you can, your entire body, tense it up, flex your muscles, everything. Get really stress the body out.
with an exhale, feel your muscles relax, feel your mind relax. In this relaxed state of mind, set the intention. Whatever issues you think you've been handling in your job, whatever you think is a problem, you immediately, I want you to switch this. No, this is a great opportunity. There's something I'm going to learn from this. It's going to make me much better. I want you to eliminate any idea of issues, problems, barriers, any of this language. I want you to take it out of your mind right now. Because we are making it much more difficult than it has to be by giving it power in that perception. And it's a lie, isn't it? There is no issues, is there? There is no problems right now. We only have the heavier set for the squat or the bench press so that that muscle can grow a little bit further. So in reality, the only thing we've only been enjoying this entire time is progress. Not problems, not challenges, no risks, no issues. Make this decision. It'll bring peace to your mind instantly. It'll elevate your energy. That's what should happen if you shift this thinking. Be very excited. With your eyes open, let's go into an incredible day today. Let's put some smiles on some faces. Each of you, make it a personal goal to just make one other person smile today, whether it be a client, a team member, or even someone in your personal life. Start with yourself. So whatever you have to do, optimize so you can get that smile. This is all. Focus on one thing at a time and the things that matter. The rest will follow. And then it should feel very effortless to set targets, track your KPIs, measure your work. It should never feel like a burden. The moment it does, I want you to always come back to leadership, management, whoever you work with, and let them know that, like, hey, I might be doing something wrong here. But it's starting to feel very heavy. It's starting to feel very stressful. Like, oh no, this shouldn't be the feeling. So what are we doing? What are we looking at this like? How are we doing this? Are we doing too much? Let's become masters at monk-like discipline, monk-like focus, where we are always going with the flow of things.
Thank you.
Now, Miriam's question is, since last mentorship call that I had with you, I've increased my price to 5K and I've had 8 calls so far, but I have not closed any one of them.
You and I both know people that sell 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. So it's not that it can't be done, it's that we are not getting it done. And so when you take ownership over it, tell me, what do you think is blocking you from just having the certainty to be able to deliver at this higher price value when you offer them the call?
The prospects start like asking questions, like asking want to ask questions about like personal questions.
What do you mean?
And then I feel like,
like, remember, we talk about data a lot, right? Data is our saving grace because we could always feel things that the data disproves, so we don't have to worry about it. And you know, the mind is made up of 2 faculties that at all times could be making you suffer or making you grow. And that's the memory and the imagination. And the memory clings your mind onto past, and the imagination clings your mind to the future. The problem isn't that they do these things, it's that we use it for bad. So when your memory's stuck on, let's say, only the memories that make you feel powerless in charging this, because you only think of the things that have happened that don't support the confidence, or the imagination gets you to worry, future setting, negative goal setting, I call it. Right? Your negative goal setting when you worry. So tell me, when we also based off data, is everybody saying this? Like, tell me this. Let's look at this strategically. How many calls have you taken? How many of them that gave you this objection? Maybe questioning your credibility, actually.
how
many calls have you taken?
If I say like since, 8.
Okay.
Since I had like these 8 calls, maybe 3 of them.
Here's the thing. So again, you based off maybe it was this and I feel like it was this. None of it was. When I look back on all my calls and I took notes on it, here's exactly what happened. And until you operate like that, you won't feel in control of your numbers. You'll feel like the numbers control you.
This has to become a habit of yours. This feeling you have, it only gets cut with accurate thinking. You're playing in a playground you're always going to lose in, which is theories and thoughts and feelings, and none of these things you can control. What you can't control is reviewing a call and making a report on your call, all the patterns you caught, and a bullet point list. So this is how we train our salespeople. That every week they have to make a list of all the wins and losses they had on calls, and then underneath each of them, write down the bullet points of why they were lost and why they were won. And what we teach the salesperson to do is they eventually start to find the patterns of what works to close and what works or what doesn't work that loses the sale. And very naturally, we just stop doing the things that lose the sale and start doing more of the things that make the sale. So like the best thing to do when you're not making sales, you go back to all the sales you have made. You watch your call, you take notes of all the things you notice you did that really did well. You can watch it, you can see in third person, oh, when I asked that question, I really worked with. Let me ask that question every time. When I asked this question, I noticed they went off track. So let me not ask that question or ask it in this way. When I took longer on the call, I noticed that all the ones that went over 50 minutes, there were no sales. But the ones that were like 40, they were close. You see what I'm saying? Until you have like your own SOP, like your own system for closing, you won't feel in control. The feeling comes from having the system in place. What's up, babe?
Hey, Andre.
Hey, Armin.
What's up, man?
How's it going, man?
Flowingly.
You're changing lives, man. You changed my life.
Love you, man. Thanks for that message you sent.
Man, just thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Hey, man. We're not done yet, are we? We got more to do.
This is just the beginning. Like, after that happened, I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire from this.
Yes, you are, bro.
It's done. Like, it's already set.
All right. Wrapping up the day. Off the bat, my mind's made up. I'm leaving this week to Mexico. And so I want to thank you guys as well. So many of you reached out to me to help out with finding a place. And really cool because, you know, when you give, you get. Help enough people get what they want, you always get what you want. It's pretty cool because on Saturday when I did training for 4 hours for my friend Bruno's sales program, 60 of his clients, one of them reached out to me on Instagram when I asked about, you know, realtors in Mexico to help me find a place. And she's been helping me find like the exact place I want in Playa del Carmen, which is pretty cool. So shout out to that person for helping me out. And she's already sent me some really promising places that are crazy bang for my buck. And I think I'm gonna stay there for a bit. And so Homeless Millionaire is going to be going to Mexico next. So that's happening. It's done. I'm going to leave this week, at the end of this week, so I can be there for a couple of days in Mexico to set up before I do my next 5-day challenge. And if you guys don't know what that is, I do something called the 5-day viral offer challenge. It's one of the most craziest, probably the craziest value add for free I give in the marketplace. And pretty much like 5 days straight, I'm like teaching my viral offer framework, the 6 elements of what makes an offer go viral, how to raise your prices, how to build out a course outline, upgrade your offer to high ticket, my entire marketing system. It's pretty cool stuff. So how to pretty much scale to like 100 grand a month plus. So every time I do it, we get a lot of new people joining the program. People's lives are changed. So I'm really excited about that. It's next week. So I have to make sure I'm in Mexico in advance a couple of days to set up so I can like ground myself and be ready for that 5-day sprint. So yeah, and today was better. Today was peaceful. After having like my bubble burst in the last 24 hours with all the stress reaching a point of, you know, like point of the bubble bursting, I kind of just detached, guys. You know? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to detach from the outcome. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I don't care what's happened before. I want to be here in the present moment. And, you know, I had a really inspiring team meeting today, and I really feel like I delivered that piece to them as well, because I feel like they were modeling my stress. So, and I'm grateful. Infinite intelligence, universe, God, whatever you call it, my mentors, they got me, man. And that's why faith is important, believing in a higher power. Because if it was just up to me, I'd be screwed. I have so much to learn. And I know this is the breakdown before the build up. What's necessary to make me the person that can scale and run an 8-figure company. And I'm excited for it. So this is Zen Armin now. Zen out Armin. I'm not stressed anymore. I'm not worried. I have no fear. I'm not attached to how things should be or how they should happen. In fact, next week I don't care what sales we make, or I don't even care what sales we make. at all moving forward in this challenge either. I'm just focused on like having fun, making a good challenge. How do I make this challenge even 10 times better than the last one? How do I give a great service? I'm excited now to work with my clients as well. I just finished one of our Millionaire mentorship call. Every Monday we do with our SGC clients, or scaling it clients. It's so good, man. 2 hours and 15 minutes is just pure gold. People asking about flow state, people asking about marketing, people asking about business model changes. It's so good. I love doing this, man. I love what I do. It's so much fun. And so many of my clients got breakthroughs, and it's just awesome. So I'm really excited, man. I'm so grateful. And it's so crazy how quickly mood can change, energy can change. It's all based on your own personal power, your own perspective, your own beliefs. So I just decided to stop fueling the perspective that works against me and start feeling the perspective that works for me. I'm not always where I want to be, but I'm always where I need to be. So here's to a successful day, a peaceful day, a good day.
Stop making a videos. For what purpose you are making a videos?
I'm a vlogger.
Please do not make a vloggers.